shot. How are you? Doing good.
With that drip, ho.
Hit me little pussy and you gonna be out of love. This that 44 popping guts, leave your lungs for
AV with that drip, ho.
Little boy better step up and hit the sauce. You niggas better catch up. Stay with the strap, you ain't here for the chest. See with the gang on the low and the Tesla. All black with a chrome Beretta. So it's slow and I'm doing it better. The cut ain't no matter the winner. Talking shit and I'm punching no level. Pull on the top and making him hiccup. Give me a shit, but she sucking my dick. I'll be talking that shit, but he wishing he butter.
Calling up liquors, I need that Beretta.
60 blow with pressure. If the boy step up, he leaving the stretcher. All black with interior leather. Calm down, don't fuck with a train. You niggas is less, my niggas is greater. Giving it tip, push out of your waiter. Falling out like I play for the Lakers. On a road, bitch, I feel like a skate. She wanted dick, so I told her I cater. Had a snap, bitch, I feel like a gator. Had a snap, couple rounds on the Glide. Run up on me and I'm airing the block. On me and get shot in your face. Drugging the body all over the state. Took out to my car, you getting chased. Hop out the fence, I hop in the wave. I don't take no bitch out, she feeling me. Going her back to the beat of the bass. Kicking her out like I need space. She gone to number a race.
Yeah, I'm a killer. Gang. I go gorillas.
Gang, yeah, it's a thriller. Gang, a caterpillar. Yeah, I keep the Mac on me, bitches call me Steve Jobs. This loud pack got me high to them Greek guys. I'm on the south side, shooters got them dead eyes. We be staying red high, we don't fuck.
Fucking 30, 90 bitches, got my bitches on my gang. What the fuck, what the rules? They be talking, wonder only how the fuck you get so big. All the money y'all be making, holy fuck, I'm getting rich, let's get it. I be in the whip, 30 ticket, admit it. Baby, counting pennies, I be counting all these digits. Wake up on my feet, so caught how it's written. Hold on, wait a minute, I said, hold on, wait a minute. Shipsy in the swat, got it on my back. I took my life, I took my down, want that beat, but on your back. Like, holy shit, like, holy fuck, I'm high as fuck, I can't relax. I got his money steady, coming by the side.
A bust down thigh, she bust down high. A fuck now, stop, I not now, watch. The fuck out knock, I'm up now, shot. The bumps down rock, I'm fucked out. Make you rock, shine like I'm Johnny, dang. Silly watch, I don't need a thing but a gang chain. Iggy pop with the punk rock, you a damn lame. 55, but I run 100 on the highway. See that work, you got you loose. Say it to your face and then I say it in the booth. Hey, what the fuck you bitches, I'm the truth. Bitch, I'm getting ready for your main baby boo. Yeah, fuck you too.
Hi, Tom Bodette, thinking about all the different sandwiches my mom used to make for our family road trips. Bologna and cheddar, turkey and cheddar, ham and cheddar. I liked cheddar as a kid, but as an adult, I think I like saving cheddar more. That's why I book at Studio 6 for extended stays. With a kitchen that lets the family make more than just car sandwiches, like mac and cheddar. I'm Tom Bodette for Studio 6, where you get more in your room for less cheddar.
AV with that drip, ho.
Hit me little pussy and you gonna be out of love. This that 44 popping guts, leave your lungs filled up with mud. We accept the hits and job, but leave your body in the drug. Do not fuck with us, I'm feeding for some blood. And I'm over this, running from coppers, choppers with phony clips. I'm supposed to dip, chopping it up with mobsters and poker chips. Roll the dice, but just no sacrifice. And that I'm supposed to flip openly. I'll be honorary, the honored by obelisk. All the homies making bread, you really wanna toast to this? Life and blessings 2020, am I really focusing? I've been down like super early, locked up doors keep opening up for me. I feel like I'm chosen. Is anyone even close to this?
Pop like a jumping bitch, empty out your pain. I just hit a fucking lick, and I'm sipping on that drink. I might drown you in the ocean, nigga. I'm just being frank. And I'm smoking propane. I just got a phone. Hey, what you need? She won't fuck with me. That is for the team. Sit and read, that is sound me. I'm like, what you need? You a fiend, always making sense. Can't never compete.
Pretty lively here.
Hit me little pussy and you gonna be out of love. This that 44 popping guts, leave your lungs filled up with mud. We accept the hits and job, but leave your body in the drug. Do not fuck with us, I'm feeding for some blood.
So, what's past the 12? Defend it, huh? Wow. I don't remember hearing people call this the wall.
Over here.
Oh, hey, someone that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What up, chat? How's everybody's day going? I just got home from work. How's business? Hear me out. I kinda wanna replace Changyeon with Kaya. Someone told me Mika's good as well. He would be good to have as a backup. Who should I put as a secondary cryo to go with?
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind...
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information no matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have—
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Making my way in here.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Wow!
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken to the General Mahamatra's wrath.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment, just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia?
What's good, baby?
Someone that we can trust.
We were
You
about
gotta
to
help
cook
us out
both
here.
asses,
Otherwise,
and
these
you
two
come
are gonna
walking
start
along.
fighting
What's
again.
good, baby?
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect
Whoop
these
they
grounds.
ass. Whoop they ass. Whoop they ass.
Hey,
They're
did
still
either of you
waiting
hear
for
a
it.
word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We
We
have
got
to take
her.
cover.
We got her.
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Suspense and silence. Even more silence. And we're gonna reply with more
Well,
silence.
this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
I love
My
Paimon.
sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
What's good with your eyes? I
Our
like them.
savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While all Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
Why would you do
A little
that?
while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge
Imagine
us."
if dual wielding was a weapon in there.
So they really are up to no good.
Or like an axe.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over
Or a
knowledge.
dagger.
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
So you sort of dick soil yourself,
I
right?
believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the
Grabbing a
sages had a
drink,
chance
quick
to
chop.
take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Hatham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project,
Oh hell
this
nah, that's
assignment
us,
was
bro. He's trying to
undocumented.
get on. Oh hell nah.
Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Oh hell nah.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this.
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
For now.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? creatures? In the sandstorm?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is added to...
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's a...
No way.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Ooh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Ah! Here comes an...
Leave this...
It's been quite a while since I've seen the...
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Let's go.
On our way now.
Stand with me!
A moment, please. It's gonna get a little chilly.
Oh, that's why.
Let's begin.
Our bond is strong!
Here comes another wave. When are they ever gonna let up?
Have a safe trip. On our way now.
Look at you, Boozale. Dissipate.
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment.
Scratch that. Our bond is strong.
Let's begin. Stay cool. Face your guilt. A moment, please.
Diana Special. Dissipate.
Let's begin.
The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of him?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
We took him out like a
Well
boss.
fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Uncle Poo Poo.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas,
Tignarius
that's
told us about
exactly
this
what we've
before,
been
right?
trying to investigate.
Do you mind?
One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay
Everybody
around the
says to at
village for the
least
next
see
few
one
days,
brother's
I'd
leave.
appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in the...
Is it because you're
help
reminded of
too.
Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe
Okay,
and
we
sound.
got this. 5 more.
But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
It's the perfect time to watch him. What do you mean?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
I want to replace Changyon. Who can I replace him with? New? Thinking who to replace him with. could have sworn I had an instructor's one. No? Can't have him out on the field like that.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
Trying to think of who to put in the team with him, shit. I want to check my constellations for everybody. This will help me determine a lot. Well, she's staying. No way. I didn't know I see one now. Interesting. Very interesting. Participator. Everybody says Mika. But I don't want 3 ice. So what if we do... That's double heals right there.
The pleasure is all mine.
building the team up real quick. My bad, my bad. $389. Why can't I get them up anymore? I can get it on Friday. There we go.
Stand with me!
Away now.
Our bond is strong!
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village.
Who's in the chat
A
with
mysterious
us?
phenomenon exists
Who's
here.
in the chat with us?
When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here,
who's in the chat with us?
they invariably begin to calm
Who's in the
down.
chat with us?
Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, All the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village?
Nadia.
What do you make? Paimon thinks so too.
Nahida.
Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds.
I'm
me,
so glad they're pronouncing
she might
these
as well
names,
have been
I
a
have
god
no
that
idea
never
how-
existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
It's our turn to put our skill, but easier said than...
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Yep, sure are.
Who are you?
By the sounds of it,
That's us.
a resident of this village.
Grandpa Hunters.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Isak. Isak
Is your
what?
grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village.
really?
I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they
Is
didn't
this
harbor
child
any ill
really a
intent.
terrible person?
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino,
How
he's
so?
just
What's
a
he
kid.
do?
All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Should I just stab him right here, right
I
now?
was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
I wish
All
I
right.
could. Imagine if that was an option.
But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Stab him. This is my team right now. Nuvi, Diona, Kuki, the 2 of them are for healing, and then Riz and Nuvi are for attack. Exist.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
Isak what?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
I get lucky.
Yes.
Like
Although
I
he
got
tried his best to
Nuvalet
stay hidden,
in my first time
I still
pull
noticed
for
him
and same as
eavesdropping outside the
Presley.
window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment
I've only
in the
been
city.
playing for like
He was raised
2
by
or
his
3
grandfather.
months tops. I want to say like 2.5
Unfortunately,
months.
it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away.
I have a lot of characters.
Isak was still
but
very
you
young
should
at
see
the
what I have
time.
on Honkai.
So various
On
families in
Honkai,
the village
I have
took turns caring for
so
him so he
many
could
like
survive.
limited characters just from luck.
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night,
Oh
the
shit,
oft
nice.
mumbling and bumbling
Yeah, I just got
grandpa
my
suddenly
PC
calmed
like
down
4
and
months
seemed to
ago.
become more lucid.
And I was
He even
playing
noticed
Valorant
Isak hiding in
and
the
like
distance.
shooters and WoW.
So Grandpa walked
But
up to
I love
Isak
anime,
and patted him on the head.
and one of my friends
He even took
recommended
Isak to the
Genshin
entrance
me,
of the village,
and
where
then
he
I got
patiently
roped
taught
into
the boy the
this,
names of the
and
stars, and accompanied
Honkai,
Isak until he fell asleep.
and
The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go
the
find
one
his
that's gonna be
grandpa
coming
again,
out.
only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so,
It's so
Grandpa
grindy,
retained
it
his
takes so
calm
long
expression.
to get further up and level
It's
people
said that
up.
those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his
I prepared
grandpa
to
was
get
able to
Wrestly.
find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" or
And I accidentally
"Grandpa,
ascended
could
too
you tell me
early,
stories about the stars again?"
so now my character levels
All this
don't
somehow
match
just
the
makes
world
Paimon
level,
feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much
and it's
better.
made it
Perhaps.
insane.
Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives.
I was like, yeah, I'll ascend, and then I
It's
ascended,
also
and I
my
was like,
reason
wait,
for
everything's
fighting.
level 60, and I'm still
I
level
must
40.
continue to protect this
Like,
land.
this is not good.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
I will say I like the
No,
cutscenes,
nothing.
though. And I
As
think
long
I've
as
built
Isak
the
keeps his word
perfect
and doesn't
theme
get in our
for it.
way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you
And
credit
it
for.
sucks, because, like, once
Please
I
accept
get
my
up
thanks on
ascended
Isak's
one more
behalf,
time,
Sino.
I'll be fine, because then I can go down levels, but I'm only at level 4, so I can't descend, I can only ascend. That's why I try to have 2 heavy hitters.
Hey, Isak!
God damn,
Oh,
we're still on a
it's you
cutscene?
guys! We've cleared everything up! Let's go find your grandpa!
Really? Wow! Thank you so much!
We also play Honkai Star Rail, but we
Let's
capped
ask the
out on
local
that.
residents some questions first.
Our team's insane right now. We have Inhibitor Dan Hun. We have Welt. Burn the grandpa. Where do I go? He don't look like he'll know shit, bro. Wriothesley looks so cool, actually. Hold up. I've never actually taken the time to look at him. He's just like, whop, 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 bam, bam. Okay.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the
No,
missing
don't
scholars
apologize.
went?
Honkai Star Rail is pretty much...
You mean the village keepers? Oh,
Think a turn-based...
When I was eating dinner the other day,
Genshin
I saw
Impact.
one of them by
It's
the
made
side
by
of the road,
Genshin Impact's
muttering away
creators.
and eating mushrooms and
And
tree
it's free.
roots.
And,
I shouldn't go
but
around
you
eating
get
that kind of
a
stuff.
lot more free, like...
Okay. Did
how
you notice anything
there's
else?
Primo gems here. It's
Anything
equivalent
else?
in that game. You get so many of them.
No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
And the character designs are cool, and they even have like Easter eggs of Genshin characters and stuff. It's supposed to take place like after Genshin Impact. I mean, Genshin Impact.
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic
Yeah, like it's
towards
similar
them.
to this game. You
Even though
start
they
out
act a
where
little strange,
you pick a
they've
guy
had
or
me
a
in the
girl.
past.
You have
If
the
it weren't for
artifact
them,
system.
my
except
house would have
each
collapsed
character
long
comes
ago.
with a weapon already.
Do you
so
also
don't need to
think
give him a
Grandpa
weapon.
and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello
But
there.
Each
It's
one
little
has like
Isak.
different abilities.
You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right?
And it just came out a few
He was
months
actually
ago,
the one
so
who
they're
protected
only
my
on the
house. I saw it with my own
second
eyes. He
element
happened
for
to be
the main
staying near my
character,
house that day and
but
was doing something with his hands on the ground.
I think 6 or
Still
7
feels
altogether.
pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And it's turn-based, which I like, because you can take your time with it. It's open world too, just like this. But you can travel like planet to planet after you unlock them, and you get companion missions, and you get Pom Pom, which is the equivalent of Paimon. It's fun. I have a couple of streams of it. You can look on the channel and see them. It just told me lower and now it's telling me higher.
Grandma?
Make up your mind, man. Make up your mind. Oh.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh?
Like how it's open world fighting in
It's
this. It's
been
not
a
like
while.
that.
The last time I saw him, he
It's
was
like
spacing out
turn-based.
by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared,
cool, though.
despite my wife's protest.
It's more like Final Fantasy
Like many people,
mechanics.
she's
There we
really
go.
quite
That's the best way
terrified
to
of them.
describe it.
And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a
Not
walk and
this
get
week,
lost?
but next week we're gonna get
Yeah.
a camera set up.
Whew, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for
Oh
the
yeah,
both
it
of
is
you.
open world.
I've known
but,
you since
like,
you were
when
very
you run
young.
into enemies,
So as far as I'm
you
concerned,
enter, like,
you're family.
turn-based
Please feel free to come by anytime.
fighting.
Wow, what a nice guy!
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Huh?
Kind of like Pokemon, how it's open world and
Don't
you
say
run into
anything for
someone,
now.
It's turn-based.
Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
They actually have an event in the game right now where you capture the monsters you're supposed to fight, and you can battle with them in certain areas, like Pokemon.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard?
Oh, what? We
The
gonna
mighty
make
King
out?
Deshret,
Alright.
the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around
Oh
here
no, it's not that. I
anytime
have a
soon.
delay on your
What's
end.
your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village is
Like, I
getting
see
more
it as
deranged
seeing-
scholars than ever.
It's more or less.
Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King
delayed, yeah.
Deshret's civilization in
'Cause,
ancient
like,
times.
as soon
We
as you
don't
type
quite
it,
know why,
I read it,
but it
and
seems
then
like
I
there's some
reply,
sort of connection
but
between
because I have
insanity and King
30-second
Deshret.
delay on my stream.
Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared?
It seems like I'm
If you ask
replying
me,
slow.
they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Huh. Now that
Help
you say
keep it
that does make some
at
sense.
a better quality while I'm multi-streaming.
Does this mean our lives are
That's
finally
why I
going
have
to
the
take
delay.
a turn for the better?
Because I'm streaming
Exactly.
on Twitch and here.
Those city folks will
and
get
on
what's coming
YouTube
to
right
them.
now.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh? Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his
Yeah, I
bad side,
decided
okay?
to start
I
multi-streaming.
am no
that
match
way
for
it
this
goes
guy.
To, like, a bigger
Oh,
platform.
okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up. I swear.
Let me explain my team to
Hey,
you, though. I have
go
Nuvalet to
keep
do
talking.
like beaming damage.
It's true. It's
when I
all
want
true,
to deal
sir.
high chunk
We
damage.
desert folk have
like,
had
in a
more than
line.
enough of those people at the
And then
academia.
I have
They keep sending us all their
Wriothesley,
mad scholars and won't let us
just
have a
'cause
good
he's
life.
dope, and
Would you want to live like this if you were in our
he
place?
deals a lot of damage.
The
and
radicals were even more
self-sustain and
thrilled than me when they
self-heal.
heard the news. We're all
And then I
praying
have
for King
Kooky
Deshret's speedy return.
to create a
Delavar
reaction
also said
with
that once King
Nuvalet
Deshret
or,
returns to our side, it's only a
Wriothesley
matter of time before we conquer
and
the
heal
land on
them
the
at
other
the
side
same
of the
time.
wall.
And then
They're
Diona,
all willing to serve under King
I have
Deshret
her
and fight for a
C6,
share of the glory.
so her shield's
Is
really
that
good and her
so?
healing's really good.
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like
I
King
need to
Deshret,
unlock
but
him still.
dislike the Dendro Archon.
I've been wanting to unlock him so bad.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days,
I
so he
just like
probably hasn't been
Kookie's,
around the village. What about you, man? Have
thing
you seen
that
him at all?
takes her health away.
No, not at
and
all.
Heals the
We
team,
wouldn't dare lie to you.
or
He's
whoever's
really
in
not
play,
here right now.
I should say, but it
Sounds
also
like you're not too
just
close with the
insta-causes
radicals.
a chain reaction.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways
She
to
is
stop
just
you
really
from
hard
talking,
to level up.
and many others to stop you from sending warning
I
messages.
swear, all these new
So
characters
you'd best
that
just
keep
stay
coming out,
home
they make harder and
and
harder
hope I don't
to,
hear
like,
of you trying to
level
contact
up.
anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish,
I like.
and even
Have you
Candace
played
won't be able to
Risley yet?
protect you.
How they have
Yes.
him in the
Yes,
test
got it.
trial?
We'll do just as you say.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
He's fun.
I heard that.
His normal attack, the more you use it, if he's over 50%,
It's part of being a
he
Matra.
does more damage, but he takes health
The rumor
away
we
from
heard just
himself.
now seems like a strong lead.
But then,
But we need to check a few more places.
if you're over 60% health, or if you have him C6, or not C6, C1,
Very well.
if you do hold down on your normal attack, he heals himself when he uppercuts them.
I'm here.
So essentially, you can
Where's your
drain his
grandpa's
health down,
house?
then heal him. Drain his health down, then heal him.
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
So he'll do more damage, and then heal himself, and then do more damage, and then heal himself. I'll show you if I get in a fight.
I hope I can be as cool as Candace.
Let's go, little kid. Are you coming? Bro, are you coming? Let's go.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone.
So
Sometimes
ridiculous.
he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers.
Why are you so slow?
Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Keep walking, kid. Keep walking.
Well, this is where Grandpa usually
Holy
stays.
cutscenes.
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need.
Paimon's got more meat on her bones than eye socks do.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scholar.
Oh, we gotta work all day tomorrow. We gotta work 9 to 8. But then, the good news is we're off Friday. Which means we're gonna stream all day. Wait. Clues. I just want to fight something.
course, I know.
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand from the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprint...
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Damn. That must be Grandpa.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
I mean, if I smell weed, I'm walking towards it. See, what's up?
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear
Wait,
their
what time
minds
is
and
it where
discover
you're
new
at?
knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will
almost
follow
1
the
a.m.
scent
right
whenever
now
it
for me.
presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
So
But
someone's
that's
taking
crazy.
advantage
Where I
of their
used to live,
weakness?
it was a 45-minute ride
why
to work
would
for me.
are the rumors
45
really
minute home
true?
every day. Now it's a
Could the
9-minute ride to
disappearance of
work.
all the mad
and a
scholars have
1-minute ride
something to
home.
do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
You're on
Please,
the west
you
coast.
have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to
Suck
Aru
his dick.
Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Let me down! Oh!
Sorry! I couldn't.
I got stuck. What can I say? Nope, we're going back to the chief's house. You are not safe here. Go back to where you are. I feel like Spider-Man when I use those.
Dissipate.
What? How? I have a solution to this. I'm in Atlanta.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
I'm from Florida, but
got a
I
lot
live in
to tell
Atlanta
you.
currently. Going back to
Ah,
Florida probably
welcome
next
back.
year, though. Atlanta's not the greatest.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Hmm? Alhaitham didn't go with you?
Any money I get
We
from
haven't seen him at
streaming,
all.
or any money tipped to my
Huh.
Cash App up
I
there
saw him
goes
around the
towards
village entrance
goals,
earlier and figured he was
or
investigating with you.
half goes
I
towards
guess he must have
goals,
gone off
half
on his
goes
own.
towards
Did you find
an
out anything
apartment
useful?
back in Orlando, so I can move back to Florida next year.
I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
I literally stream every day. I'm off work.
The
for
resurrection
full
of
day,
King Deshret?
from 10 a.m.
First I've heard of it.
Like 2 a.m.
Far as I know,
So
the
almost
kind of
24
incense you just
hours.
mentioned is only popular
And
beyond the
then
wall.
after work,
Scholars are
every night
fond of
from
it, but as you can see,
11
there aren't
p.m.
many
to 3
scholars
a.m.
still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process.
No, I'm just explaining.
You won't see
like,
anybody in
how
the desert
often
with
I
the
stream
patience
just
to
so
make
I
or
can
sell
try and
something
make
that
shit
requires
happen.
that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia
I've
and
thought
search for
about
leads
it.
If it was any other day,
'Cause
that
I
would be
used
your
to
next
do
logical
camera.
step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you
And
get an
now
extra
I don't
tip.
want to do camera.
Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well,
So I
I
might
also
do
like to
either
drink at the
VTuber
tavern,
or
so
I
I
might
know
do
a thing or
camera
two
with a
about these
mask.
radicals
I'm
he
not sure
mentioned.
yet. One of the two.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled
It's just so
bandit,
expensive
Enger,
to
the
get one
wide-eyed
made,
butcher,
like a
and
decent one.
Jabari, the duck-tailed, bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the
I have
more
that
they
in
want to
common
believe
with
in
them.
King Deshret.
What a
Way they see it,
coincidence.
King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place inside and out.
Once I get my camera, and once my stream room's set up and finished,
No merc
I'm
can
in the middle of
afford to
building
slack
up a
off on
stream
gathering
room.
intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the
The
tavern has been a
purple
valuable
clouds
investment.
at the top will make sense.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying
I
right
got a
here,
purple
Sino.
desk coming with
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place.
backdrop that's
Outsiders
like a
stand out
Tokyo
here like a
sunset.
sore thumb. I
And
bet word
then
about you has
I
already
have these
gotten out.
lights already that are
The desert
clouds
is
that go
unforgiving,
blue,
so the way of life
teal,
here is also
green,
a lot
purple,
tougher
and
than on the
pink, and
outside
they
of the wall.
cycle through.
You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of.
Building it up
But that
before I
also
use
makes
the
it a whole lot
camera.
easier for me to gain the
That way
locals'
it's not
trust.
some shitty like half-ass stream.
I need to go
setup.
around and ask some questions. But it... Good. Then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and
Someone
continue
told me to get a
investigating on
green
your own.
screen, but I was like,
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Our bond is strong.
and this is why I have her in my auto heals. Even though that's right there. That's funny. I didn't even realize we had enough. And that's dope. Oh. Do we have enough? 154? No, we almost have enough. But we don't have enough yet. Once we do, I don't know if I want to pull for a C1, pull for Venti, or pull for the weapon. I'm gonna let you decide.
Have you ever seen these stickers on my back? Do me a favor and take...
After the next mission, I should have the money, so...
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost
Shall we take a blinker?
unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim.
You pull for Wriothesley,
We're cheap labor,
get his
like livestock,
C1,
but easier to control.
because it makes
Nothing
it so
more.
you don't have to do
Even if a child from the desert
the
got the
whole
chance to
be
obtain
at
an Akasha
60%
terminal,
or higher to use
almost all their
uppercut
requests
to
for
heal.
knowledge would be denied.
You
The
can use it
academia
whenever.
believes we're underserving.
I can always pull for him in the
Geniuses
morning,
like Sitar.
or tomorrow after
I
work.
would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia.
No. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived here.
What does she play?
Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
I'm dying over here.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
I'm sure you can find it connected to her.
We've
other
had drinks
YouTube
together a few times.
If you try
You could
hard
say we
enough.
go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my
What
friends
else do
here,
you play?
they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have.
I'll let
Matter
you
of
see all
fact,
my characters.
we were all here
that I
drinking
have
together
after
just a
this
few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Nice. I play this. Honkai. Punishing Grey Raven is good. It's like this, but it's not really open world. It's mission based, so I don't play it as much because I get bored fast with it. I was playing WoW for a bit. I mainly used to play Rainbow Six and Valorant. I want to try the new My Hero, what's it called? Battle Royale game.
Are we there yet?
It's got all the My Hero characters.
Yep.
And it's a battle
This
royale.
is the place.
And it's free.
This place is
so I was
practically
thinking about
deserted.
downloading it.
What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark.
I also...
You're like lambs to the slaughter.
I became a really big fan of the Fate Night series and the Fate Grand series, and they have a new
What's
game
this all about, Zaki?
that I want to get and play.
Come on, Dia.
But it's only
You really
single
think we
player
didn't
and
hear about what
story.
you said back in Aru Village?
I'm scared, but this
The boys
is
have kept a
technically
close
single
eye on you
player.
from the moment you set foot
Unless
there.
you let people join your world like that. That was really wild.
Not
timing.
only do
Holy
I
shit.
know that you're looking for Delavar, I
But
also
yeah.
know that you've teamed up with
But
people
it's
from
a
the
$60
academia to
game,
look for the
so I
missing
kinda wanna get
scholars.
that.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake.
This week, I'm not getting anything for
And
my
you left the strongest one in the
stream
village, didn't
setup,
you?
though.
Who do you
Technically,
think
it's
you
for the
are?
gaming room.
You
I'm
really
getting
thought we'd
a,
fall for your little business
little
deal
kitchenette.
nonsense?
So you and
There's a new
Delavar have been
Demon
partners
Slayer game?
all along.
What? Send the link.
Dia, I guess it's only
But no,
natural for a
I'm
traveling
getting a little
mercenary like
kitchenette
you to be
set
out
up
of the loop.
in my
Those of
stream
us who
room.
hang around the
I
tavern
a
have
mini
stronger
fridge so
bonds
far
than
and a
you think.
toaster oven. If I'm getting a microwave.
But you got one thing right. We're all looking
And,
forward to an uprising in
a little
Sumeru.
shelving
There's
set up
nothing
for
more we'd
our
like
new
to see than the
sponsor,
desert folk
which we're
overthrowing
gonna
the
reveal
academia.
On the
If that's the
next
case, then I'm sure
stream.
Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
next one.
I'll be honest
No,
with you.
on
If it weren't for
Friday.
what you said in the village, your little
We're gonna
monologue
reveal
about the
it.
wall of Samio would have convinced me that you're one of
And
us.
yeah,
Delavar.
we need room to store
And
that,
Edgar,
so we're getting a
you're
little
here
kitchenette
too,
set
huh?
up.
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
I'll
Dia,
give you a hint.
I thought
It's
that
something
you,
a college
fellow desert
student
dweller,
eats
would
a lot
understand
in
why
their
King
dorm.
Deshret is greater than the Dendro
That's
Archon.
super cheap to get.
Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
And it's
yeah,
the best
gee, what a
brand
missed
of it.
opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Finally.
Pew pew! Dissipate! Lightning terrified!
Let's begin. This can get a little chilly.
Look at you, Boozound!
Away now. Stay cool. Face your... Settle down. Be sanctified.
Impossible.
No worries.
How could you?
So,
Oh,
what do you
yeah,
think
I
about your
heard-
meticulous network now, Zaki? How
They
did you
also-
say it?
they're
It's
in the
only
works of
natural
making
for a
a
traveling
Jujutsu
mercenary
fighting
like
game
me
that's
to
a
be out of the
2v2
loop.
game.
I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills.
Part of me really
correct?
wants to get the
I mean,
Digimon
that
game
is
too,
what
I'm
I
not
said
gonna
after
lie.
all.
The one
And of
where
course,
you,
you
get
would
two
believe
partner
everything
Digimon
he
and you go through
reported.
the whole Digimon
The only
world.
thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a
Just for the
fraud.
nostalgia.
She admitted it herself.
That used to be
She
my
just
childhood,
uses her
that game.
connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic. Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back
See,
in Uncle Ampu's house?
There was this
The
one
wide-eyed
fighting game that was
butcher,
on the PlayStation
Scar-riddled
1
bandit.
that it was in like all Japanese,
remember
like they
them
didn't
all.
speak English at all.
That's just a bunch of drunk
Me
talk.
and my brother
Edgar and
sister
Delavar
used
like to
play
talk
it
themselves
till,
up
like,
when they're drinking.
it
Edgar, the
broke,
wide-eyed butcher, and
and
Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit,
I
are
have
the
never
nicknames
been
they
able
came
to
up with for
remember the name of
themselves.
that game or
Alcohol
anything
has a
or
way of
find it
making
again,
people share
and
what they
it's
really think.
driving me
So
insane
Edgar and
trying to
Delavar are
find it,
always
'cause
rambling
it
in the
was
tavern
so
about how King
insanely
Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
Probably the greatest fighting game in the world I've ever played.
He's just a
and I can
numbskull
never
who
find
fell
it.
right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track... That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the
Anpu.
villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Bro, what are these names? Ampu
So he's a
and
radical
Isak.
too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow! What a genius idea! Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
Hmm? About what?
About how
It's not even that it was
mercenaries
too
only care
late.
about
It's
Mora,
like
and
the
that
game is
anyone's a friend
like
as
a
long
Japanese
as there's a
game.
profit.
And like,
Does that
I'll
bother
type
you?
in Japanese fighting game PS1, and so many games pop up. It's like
What makes you so
finding
sure?
a needle in a haystack.
Dia, do you dislike
I've
the
done
Dendro
that with
Archon
TV
like the
though. I've
other
been
desert
watching
folk?
something and then accidentally
You
switched
two are
it to
pretty
a
sharp.
different language,
No,
and I was just
I don't
sitting
have
there,
anything against the
and
Dendro Archon.
wasn't fully paying attention, and I didn't realize for like a half hour. And
I've
then I
heard a
was
lot
like,
of nice things
"Are
about
they
the Lesser
speaking a
Lord
different
from
language?"
Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making
I
the
like
Dendro Archon
watching
out to be an enemy.
sub
It's all
instead
the
of dub,
Academia's
and I just
trickery.
read really fast.
But I see through it all.
I'm not gonna lie,
And unlike
there's
them,
some words
I can never
feel
be
like I
hostile
can
towards
understand
anyone
now
who's
without
never
even
done
having to
anything
read it.
wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Tie him up, ooh.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will
We
be
have
okay on her own.
Candace.
I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them,
I don't have time
why don't you
to
pass
read
some time
manga,
by exploring
honestly.
the area?
Between
I'll meet you back
working
here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
10 to 12 hours a day and streaming 5 to 12 well, 5 to like 19
As for
hours
these
a day.
idiots, let's just hope they live
It's
to see
hard to
another
balance
day.
them both. On days at work, I stream 5 hours. On my day off, I stream all day. From wake up till sleep. Do we have enough yet? Oh my god, you're killing us, man. Just give us 6 more. Give us 3 more. Oh my god. Can't remember what time it said to wait until. 6 and 12. Okay. I don't know why I was like, yeah, they want us to wake up at 3 in the fucking morning. Sounds great. Tomorrow I work my time 9 a.m. so that's 6 a.m. for you. And then I get off at 8 p.m. me, which is 5 for you. I just waited, what do you mean? Oh my god, you're gonna make me wait a whole nother day. Screw you, game. It's really making me wait a whole nother day. Wow.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Hey, money is money.
We'll know any moment now.
Try streaming or YouTube.
You seem to know Candace pretty
I
well.
don't think there's an
Have
age
you been
cap
friends
on
for a
that.
long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Money is money.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation technique.
Oh, you mean you taught...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Shit, my parents
Come on,
made me have
let's
a
go
job
inside.
when I was 16.
You need to watch out.
And then they made me pay rent.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
My first like real
Please,
job
don't beat us
outside
anymore.
of something stupid like skateboarding
Well,
or YouTube
looks like Sino taught
was
her well.
Dunkin' Donuts when I was 16.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bet.
We may all be desert dwellers. The people of Aru Village care little. A war would only cause...
We understand. We're sorry! I'll tell you everything I know, please! Just let us go!
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
Have a good night.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Have a good day.
Yes, sorry.
Dude.
It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Whoop-de-doo.
I'm not sure.
That's one.
I was about to say I'm cutting the stream
One
early
what?
anyways. I'm exhausted.
Strike. You get a total of...
Wait, I'm telling you... He got us to Lord... You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.